wasn't a football fan. He didn't know a great deal about football. But he worked with Chelsea for many, many years and indeed the Belgian national team as well. Vinay Menon joins us. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. I mean, I've kind of sort of praised your career, but that was essentially it, wasn't it? It was like a real sort of sliding doors moment, wasn't it? Do you have a kind of, you were a wellness coach, you're working in a hotel, is that right?
Yes, I was working for Jumeirah International, creating wellness events.
Right.
And for the cooperative wellness events. And that time I was looking after some of the world's famous leaders as well. So that time only I met Mr. Alex.
Right. And then from that you started to work for Roman Abramovich on a sort of personal note, and then he invited you to go along to Chelsea.
Yes.
What did you make of the football environment? It was a strange environment for you. You must have been quite shocked when you first got there.
2008. That was my first introduction to football.
Right.
I'm from India, a small town called Charai in Kerala.
Mm-hmm.
That's a village. So, and Kerala in India, out of 5 in India, 5 states are very fascinated for football, and Kerala is one of that. And Keralites are like Brazilians, crazy football fans. I'm from that state.
Yeah, I bet it's a lovely place.
It's we call us God's own country.
Yeah.
And even we say UK, United Kerala.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. There is lots of similarities. So football was I was very primitive in football when I got the introduction. Thanks to him. We always call him Mr. A. A person came in my life to open the doors of the.
And what did the players make of you?
Because footballers, I mean, even as recently as 2008, there was a certain cynicism about what might be regarded as a kind of new age treatments. You're talking about wellness and meditation and, you know, the sort of things that football clubs maybe weren't embracing as much as they do now.
Yes, because when I came 2009, I was talking about the same what is happening now. I was talking about proactive approach rather than reactive approach, because we all are well experienced when an accident happens, injury happens, how to treat, but not we don't need to face that situation if you are proactive. That's what we talk about wellness. How to prepare.
Prevention of injury.
Prevention. So that now the modern term is coming as prehab.
Yeah.
So these things, when I was telling 14 years before, initially they were thinking I'm talking something Urdu or something.
Yeah.
You know, it was so strange, because when Mr. A allowed me to go to Chelsea to see how the structure, how the football operations happens, how the treatment happens, literally 6 months I was just sitting by doing nothing. Because, you all know better than me, the football is something very different and a very orthodox approach. Still, they don't want to change anything. So 6 months I didn't do anything, but the support what I was getting from Mr. A was the futuristic approach what he used to have always. That helped me a lot to keep my calm, and my specialty is also wellness. That's why.
Yeah. Well, if you weren't keeping calm, I think that would have been not particularly good on the CV.
Yeah, I won't be sitting here.
It seems as if it took one senior player in Didier Drogba to kind of embrace what you were doing and see it as a good thing. And then from that and the benefits he was feeling from it, other players, senior players followed, and you started to get more involved with them.
Yes, Didier. I still remember. I was having my lunch, Cobham canteen. So Didier came and sat near to me, and he was asking, what you do? I heard about you, what you do, all these things. So he came up with some issues. So he asked me, can you do something for me? Will it work with me? I told, yeah, of course it will work. I always used to say, money back guarantee, just for a joke,
Money back guarantee.
How are the managers with you? Because when you got there, it was probably what's it called?
Ancelotti?
No. Mourinho just gone.
Hidinki.
Avram Grant, I presume.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hidinki was there.
And then-
Hidinki was the interim manager.
But then you had Ancelotti, and
Yes.
then you had Mourinho. So Benitez. You must
I
have
worked
dealt-
with the 13th world's one of the best managers.
Okay.
Very closely, and even I trained the managers as well. Some few of the best managers I always train, because the thing is, what I always believe, if the leader have a clear vision, rest of the putting the vision downward is much easy.
And did all the managers embrace it, Vinay? Were they all keen to sort of buy into what you were doing? Did they have any issues, or?
90% of the managers obeyed with what I was doing. They believe in me, but maybe my character. They say, they used to tell me wellness guru or your guru or whatever the way, but I was never a threat to anyone. So I always take everyone together.
Yeah.
So I love to talk, because communication is the key of success. And if you want to create a success, elite performance is only come with happiness. If the team is happy, you can see on the pitch,
Sure.
and everyone can enjoy. So that was my main motto: how to create a communication without any resilience or any type of negative impact on it.
It was a successful period for the club. They won the Champions League. They won 5 titles. Were you part of that? Did you go to Munich? Did you go on the bus when they won? Did you feel part of the team?
Yes, I was with them always. Because Chelsea was always like a family, because we always have 2 families in our life, isn't it? Professional life, because one is our own family and the one where we work. And when I was working, I always got that strong support from my colleagues, and especially from the top management.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. The physios and the medical team, they embraced it, because again, there can be skepticism, a little bit of concern that it's not
areas as
yeah,
well. Yeah.
Initially, it was difficult because they were thinking going to step in their shoes or something.
Sure.
So I had to make sure that I am not. I always show that line I would never cross, I kept my calm. So that's
and you were never a faith healer, Vinny. We should point out there was an infamous one around the England team under Glenn Hoddle, Eileen Drury. There was a laying on of hands, but that wasn't your thing, was it? We should point out, not to the same extent, anyway.
No,
no, I didn't think so.
So does it involve diet, exercise,
because
planning?
the communication. When you sit with someone, you need to be like a friend. Then they can open up lots of things, and I can be a friend, I can be a advisor, I can find the solution for them without knowing anyone. So if a player is not happy in something, better to address it then and there, because otherwise that will affect their performance, and that may lead for a niggle or some type of an injury. This is everything coming from the mind, because the clarity of the mind is very important. Even they're having an issue in their house, that's a problem, because we need to understand these all players are simple like us.
Yeah, of course.
Human beings. So their emotions, their reactions, everything is the same. So, but they are the role model of the nation, and they are the role model of our young generation. So for building our young generation's blueprint, we need to keep these heroes happy, intact, is our responsibility.
Do you feel now, Vinny, that there's equivalence of what you did then in most football clubs, or most top football sports franchises have access to the sort of things that you can do? Did most clubs embrace it?
At the moment, they are bringing lots of similar things, but I don't believe in compartmental approach, because its mind is something that's very fragile. If you want to get that 1% of that elite performance, because whoever is doing that elite performance, you can say when you talk about football, that name will come out first, but that they are using their brain, mind, that to accelerate that level, and other rest of them will become normal, and they retire and they vanish from the society. So that is the power of the mind. So if you want to tackle the mind, it's important to have a non-compartmental approach, because it's a holistic approach, because everything need to be in measured level. It should not be too much.
But you talk about measured, but of course one thing about Roman Abramovich was he was ruthless, and if it was going wrong, he didn't wait around, he just fired the manager. And that must have caused you a few interesting moments, having to deal with the people who were left behind after the managers
left.
Of
players' anxiety, because all players think, well, is the next manager going to like me? Am I going to play under the next manager? So imagine there were some anxious moments with players.
Of course, but he took these all decisions. That's why in his cabinet you can see all sort of trophies. But that's true. There is there will be lots of toll in the player's mind and body and training aspects. But the thing is, most of the players in those time, they are well aware of what is coming, what will happen if you didn't perform. So most of them are trained well, and all those setup in Chelsea was such a way that management changes become a normal system.
Are you working in football now? Finally, Vinny, are you involved? I know you work with the Belgian national team, but
I was taking a bit of break, and now I'm based in Middle East for time being, because Middle East football is growing, and India is another, because I represent 1.4 billion people. So because because of my 14 years of football career, I would like to see what is happening in that region to understand more better, because Premier League is the best league in the world, and it is still growing. And that growth on that side of India and Middle East, if we can develop further, this league will be another level. So I am from Premier League, but I am from that part of the world also, because I can create a bridge between these two. Because emotion
perhaps
is
you can help with the cricket team as well. It's going to be wrong lately.
Because it's coming as well. Because I'm not in cricket. That's why because whatever I have experienced in these years. So when I'm for a while at the moment, I am there to see, because the main thing is what I learn is 1% of the world population is only playing the professional sports, and 99% of the population is recreational sports. We need to see recreational sports as the wellness tool. We are talking about physical, mental, emotional, social fitness. That is only can get it through sports. So I was just creating some of this new approach of preventative care. At the moment, I'm working with one of the biggest healthcare industry called Burjeel Holdings, and that is in Middle East. And we just recently we announced human energy award for well-being for the corporate energy sector. It's 1 million. We award. It's next year onwards. It's going to be live.
Where can we find out more about? Do you have a website, or where can we find out more about what you're doing? Is there sort of generally in football, if people want to reach out from the world of football? We have a lot of people listening. So where can they find you?
At the moment,
you're a busy man. You're too busy.
No, not that. Because I don't have any. I'm working with Burjeel Holdings at the moment. But the thing is, the chairman, Dr. Shamsheer Wailil, he's a very aggressive leader in the healthcare, and we were talking about how that preventative care is more important, and we were putting some different strategies to come into this part of the world in US.
Vinny, we're out of time. We must move on. We've got lots to do, but it's been lovely to see. It's a fascinating story how just that chance meeting with Roman Abramovich's family led you down this different route. So we wish you continued success, and thanks for popping in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.